Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here, and welcome to the final cut. Now this past weekend, How to Train Your Dragon 2 premiered, and I went to see it with my boys on Father's Day, and let me tell you, I was glad I did. Here with How to Train Your Dragon 2, we get this continuing story of Hiccup and Toothless. We are 5 years later since the events of the first film. The people of Berk and Dragons are living kumbaya happy, they're having dragon races and all kinds of things. Everybody's living peacefully together. It's amazing what Hiccup has done. But Hiccup isn't content with staying around his town. No, he has gone flying with Toothless, exploring to parts unknown and mapping these parts. Also inventing a cool glider suit for himself and some other things. We've seen that Hiccup now has matured in his 5 years. Okay, he's grown up. Toothless has also grown up a bit, though he is still rather comical. And yeah, they're just having fun exploring the land. Well, they come across paths with a mysterious dragon rider, and soon they find themselves caught up in the midst of a battle with a guy who is building a dragon army to try to take over the other dragons, basically. And we see how Hiccup tries to find a peaceful situation, but in this adult world he is finding that sometimes you just can't reason with people and find a peaceful solution. And we see how these two ideas clash and how Hiccup tries to keep the peace and protect the people and the dragons that he loves. How to Train Your Dragon 2. This comes into the not so long line of sequels that are actually better than the original. I'm sorry, most sequels usually aren't better than the original, especially in the animated category, but How to Train Your Dragon 2 is definitely one of these exceptions. I found myself engrossed in this story, and the fact that this film took a more mature tone, basically the franchise feels like it's growing up with Hiccup, really surprised me, and it just ensnared me. And the thing is, it's an animated film, so it's the visuals that really capture you, and let me tell you, beautiful animation in this film. Fantastic animation in this film. Saw it in the 3D, and let me tell you, if it wasn't for the people being drawn a little bit cartoony on purpose, you would forget that this is an animated film. Actually, I forgot anyway, because it was that well written. Some films are written for animated films, and other films are written and then they use animation to tell that story, and I think that's what How to Train Your Dragon 2 really is. They took a regular story, they could have probably done live action, and they did it animated, and it looked beautiful. Oh, such of the sweeping landscapes, the flying sequences, the battle sequences that you get in here, which there aren't a lot of battle sequences, but when you do get them, oh my lord, they are phenomenal. They're fantastically choreographed, and you can tell everything what's going on. 3D was a beautiful thing, and that's one thing. 3D has really been invented and it really has enhanced the experience of the animated films. And let me tell you, if you get a chance, see How to Train Your Dragon 2 in 3D. Beautiful visuals that really pop with that 3D effect. Now you get some great voice acting in here. You got Jay Baruchel, who plays Hiccup fantastically. Okay, again, you forget that these are animated characters because they're such a realistic voice performance. You feel these are real people, real beings. Okay, you also got Cate Blanchett in here. You got Gerard Butler. You got Djimon Hounsou. I probably mispronounced it. I apologize. Anyway, got a fantastic acting cast in here all the way down the line with some great voice acting that really sells these characters. I mean, everybody's matured, and yes, you still get your comical moments in here, but they're not over the top, too crazy comical moments. There's a few in here you can tell where they put those in there for the kids, but this film really has a more mature tone, but I think the young kids will enjoy it, especially for all the dragons that are in this film, which, trust me, you get a lot of dragons. And the final resolution of this movie, how things all play out and come to a final conclusion, was fantastic. Really. I mean, there are a few plot holes in here, but not many, but you forget about them. You know, there's just some really touching moments in here, some very serious moments in here. Nothing getting too messagey, but things that'll get your heart pumping, especially during the flying sequences. You'll be on the edge of your seat, and I guarantee you'll get excited during these battle sequences and just the flying sequences, wishing you were Hiccup. As you can guess, this is probably my favorite film so far to come out this year, in all honesty, and I give it the tried and true 5 stubs in my book. My boys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. This is a film for everyone. It is not an animated film that plays to the lowest age denominator by any means, nor is it going to go over the head of many kids. It is I would say, a perfect family film. There is some implied deaths in here, though, just to let you know. But other than that, folks, really, go see How to Train Your Dragon on the big screen. Needs to be seen. It's a visual spectacle. Fantastic script with great voice performances. And really, I can't wait for this film to come out on disc, because I will definitely be getting it, and so should you. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, keep that ticket stub.